Start off all our webinars like that. All right, I think we are live. So, hey everyone, welcome to the Enter Shaolin Q&A that we usually have on Fridays. We're doing things a little bit differently.
I just try to hide my gray every now and then, Rick. But grayer, it's quite possible. I'm aging quickly at this point.
I was gonna say he's pretty much the same gray as he's been at least for a while now. But hey everyone, that was totally irrelevant for anyone that's on YouTube. They're probably really confused right now. Welcome to our Q&A where we're going to talk about Kung Fu, martial arts, what's inside Enter Shaolin, what's been going on with Enter Shaolin, and all that fun, lovely stuff.
And so, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck wood?
You can cover that one.
All right.
All right. You got that one. I'm your host, CJ Jamie, and this is Sifu Larry.
Apparently 7 times, in case anybody's interested. I looked up.
You did?
Fact. Yeah. I wanted to know. Scientists actually checked that out and opened up a beaver home and found all the wood chips and then added it up.
There you go. Now you know, in case you've ever been curious. That's a lot, actually. All right. So let's see here. If you are on Zoom and you have any questions, please use the Q&A section. And if you're live on YouTube, use the chat and we'll make sure to take care of you.
Flute unhinged.
Flute unhinged.
Right.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. So right now we have Dan, Dave, Douglas, Ken, Rick, and Terry on with us right now. So what do you want to talk about?
Important things.
Such as?
Kung Fu things.
Okay. Elaborate.
I don't know. I just don't know. So Sifu Fu won't be able to make it today. He is in maybe in transit, maybe from one state to another country. He's all over the place right now.
We don't even know. He's traveling. That's all we got. so hopefully traveling safely and all is well. We do expect to have him sometime back
after like August 9th-ish.
Yeah, sometime back in the office.
He's gone for a bit.
Yes, he is. So we do expect to have him back. Next week, we will not be having any Q&A.
We're going to actually try to do a vacation. We don't normally do vacations, but when we do, we try to do them.
I don't know if I'm taking a vacation yet. I might cancel my trip because there's a lot of stuff that I'm fixing on Enter Shaolin, not just from the hosting move that we had, but also to make Enter Shaolin just more user-friendly and just better for all of you. So I'm kind of like debating. I've already canceled my vacations. I was supposed to see my family. I might be canceling this camping trip. I'm kind of unsure. I'm just kind of playing it day by day and seeing where we're at as I get through the process. I'm still working on switching over our affiliate program. That took a little bit longer than I expected. It was not as simple as they made it seem, but what is? I've seen it's like every time we buy something, it's like, oh yeah, this, that, and the other. And then we get into it. It's just not as simple as they made it seem. So I'm working that out. I'm having to transfer the user data over and connect the dots and stuff like that to make our current affiliates transition with a little ease. So as soon as that is up and we are good to go, and I guess when you are back, we will have our first.
Go and stop it.
We'll have our first affiliate webinar, so we can actually show you how to use the new affiliate site, be able to access it, best practices on sharing Enter Shaolin. We are going to have this cool feature where you'll be able to share. So any of our blog posts, for instance, the weekly updates, the seafood corners, any of those things, Kung Fu Journey, all that good stuff. You'll be able to use the share buttons when you're logged into the affiliate part and be able to share those blog posts, and it will attach to your affiliate ID, which I think is pretty cool. So it'll be really a good way for you when you do share content from Enter Shaolin, for those that are part of our ambassador affiliate program, to be able to make sure that you are getting credited for that in an easy way. So I'm excited about that part. So that's going on. I'm trying to think what else is happening on the live chat. I'm working on that right now. We had went with a company that combines a ticketing system for support with that. I'm still testing it out because, again, it seemed like, oh, this is super simple. It's really, really complicated to set up. So I'm still working on that too. But primarily right now, my concern is getting our affiliates back up and going so they can do their promotions. So that's what I'm working on behind the scenes today. And then also we're going to be getting the weekly update out to everyone to let you know the content that was out. We did try to do a Facebook Live yesterday. And I say try because It was a train wreck. We had all kinds of technical difficulties. We were trying to play videos. The first video played well. And then after that, I don't know if it was Zoom or internet connection or a combo thereof, but it was like garbling up the sound. So I had to stop it so I didn't, make anyone's ears bleed, because obviously that would not be cool. So we might do another Facebook Live later on today. Though for those of you on this right now, you wouldn't necessarily need to be on that, because it's probably not going to be too different. It's just a way for us to be able to connect with people on Facebook and a different platform. So that's where we're at. Hey, Bob, it's good to have you. Douglas says, Sifu, that mystic warrior. Which Sifu are you talking about? We got a couple around here. Be a little more specific, Doug. We do have a lot of mystic warriors, though. Definitely. All right. So I don't see anyone on YouTube yet. So we're waiting to see if any questions come in. So I'm going to just do a quick walkthrough while everyone's coming up with some questions and stuff like that. We are going to start doing this on a regular basis because, one, we want to make sure that current members actually know how to use the site. And two, we want to be able to give people that are not members yet an opportunity to see what's inside Inner Shaolin. So that way they know what it is. 9 times out of 10, when we talk to people on YouTube or even on Facebook, somehow they don't know that there's a membership side to Enter Shaolin, and that there's all this training. Like, they literally can have Sifu Fu's brain on tap, and they don't understand that that's even possible. We do our best to be extremely transparent and obvious about this, but somehow people are still missing it. So we want to make sure that our members know what they have access to, and potential members, potential new members, also get to see what is Enter Shaolin's all about. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bebop over here real quick and share my screen. And hopefully I will be able to share some videos with all of you too. For members that are currently on here, I'd love to know, what are some videos you think would be really cool to share with everyone that's watching this live? If you have a specific one, I'd love to know. Let's see. Oh, okay. Real quick, I'm going to answer this question. So Paul says, send an email asking about the green hat similar to Sifu Larry's. If it's not available, is the patch available? And could I have it sewn on a hat by someone? Unfortunately, we do not have patches available, but I do have a black hat available. Can you go grab one for me real quick? I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. I do have those available. And if we have enough interest in the green hats, so this is what the black one looks like. Same thing, just all black. We do have some of these available if you're interested, Paul. But if not, and you really would like the green one, come here. I love the green one. I actually have one too. We just got these as kind of like a test. It's got that, what is that? Oh my God. I told your brother what it was. Distressed look. That's what it has.
Used and abused. That's what we like to call it, like me.
You're used and abused. That's not very positive, bro.
Oh.
That's not
well,
good.
I was trying to put it in a positive light, though.
That's not very positive. Should work on that. Boost your self-esteem there, buddy.
That was a little low.
Yeah, that was bad. Oh. Yeah, we like it too. But you know what's funny? On the 4th of July, Larry's brother came over and he was making fun of Larry for the hat. And we're like, dude, people actually like this. It's a style. It's called distressed. But I don't think he believed us. So yeah, Paul, if I can get, I'll send out a survey today with, let me write this down, a survey about the green hat, because we have to order 12 at a time in order to get them printed out and made. 12 green hats. And if I can get enough people that would like one, then I can order them and I can take care of you for that too. So let me write down your name too, Paul. All right. We are looking into finding someone that can make patches for us, because we've had a couple people ask, about being able to, put them on different types of jackets that they like and stuff like that. Even I have a couple jackets. I would love to, put a big patch on the back with Enter Shaolin, like this, but embroidered. And then like a small patch too, like this one right here. So we are looking into that. It's just really a matter of logistics, like how much would we have to order in advance? How much is that going to cost and all that kind of good stuff. So I can't promise you when we will have those type of things available to everyone, but we are looking into it. So that is the best I have for you on that. Yes, Bob, the hats are great. I love them too. I think they're awesome. Maybe next time I will wear mine. We could be hat buddies. What do you think? All right, so
we are hat buddies.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen now. Rick says I want a few smaller patches too. Yep, absolutely. Jason says I really like to expand the Inner Shaolin family through the affiliate program. Could you please talk about the program and give me the information? Yes, we'll talk about that a little bit in a moment here, Jason. Great question. All right, so whoa.
What's going on?
Excuse me, sir. I need you to move.
I'm in your. Ow! Dang it!
I asked nicely. He didn't move. Oh no. Oh no, he's coming back with a new green hat. I think you should stick to the other one though.
Why don't you try that again?
Do you really want me to try that again?
No!
Douglas says, nice move. Thank you, Douglas. I got to be quick with my feet. These guys are always trying to test me over here. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to share my screen and give everyone a walkthrough. And this will be good for current members to kind of see what you have access to in case you forgot. Sometimes people get stuck in like Tai Chi or Wing Chun and they don't realize they have all kinds of awesome stuff right there for them to be able to access to help them with their fitness goals and mindset goals and all that good stuff. So we're going to share my screen right now and let's go. All right, here we go. All right, so let me go ahead and close that down. And let's see here. I don't know how this shows on your guys' end. I'd be very curious to see what it looks like, but hopefully you can see everything okay. So when a person joins Inner Shaolin and they log in, this is always the page they're going to see, the welcome home page. The only thing that's different, since I'm an admin, I have this bar up here that will not be there for you. So just totally ignore that, please. And it'll say welcome home in your name. So if it's Bob, welcome home, Bob. If it's Sally, welcome home, Sally, and all that good stuff. And then below this, which you won't see because again, the fact that I am in admin, you're not going to see that, but it also will tell you your access level. So if you're a light member, an intro member, junior, senior, abbot, it will let you know right there. So you'll always know, for instance, we've had a couple times where members have re-signed up to the free ebook and intro series, which please do not do because that messes up your whole subscription. And then we can fix it, but it's a mess. So please don't do that because I'm going to show you where you already have access to that. You don't ever need to re-sign up for that. But it would let them know and they'll be like, hey, why can I get into my training? Well, if they looked at their access level, they'd see that it got switched back to intro. And that would be because they signed up for it because you can only be one member type at a time. So if you don't really have to worry about that. Just don't re-sign up for the ebook and you'll be fine. All right. So down here is the welcome video. It just goes over, how we got started, what Inner Shaolin's about, and kind of a quick overview on how to utilize the site. Below this is stay in the know. I get a lot of people asking me all the time, how do I know what new training's here? How do I get access to these replays, to these webinars? All that and then some are in the weekly updates, which we put out at the end of the week. Usually you'll get it on a Friday or Saturday. If we're running behind every once in a blue moon, that does happen. But generally we send it out Friday evening and it literally gives you just a total overview of everything that's going on. Now we email you so you can check your inbox and find it that way. And actually, if you could, guys and gals, make sure to open those up because when you open our emails and you click through to the link, it actually lets our email provider know that you love our content and we can get into more inboxes that way. So it lets them know that we're reliable, we're trustworthy, and all that stuff. I also want to preface, if for some reason you want to not be subscribed to the email newsletter, if you are a member, no, that means you are not going to get access to any of your member updates. So I don't suggest that. There are ways that you can go at the end of the emails that we send out and change your email preferences and stuff where you can change it to how often you receive emails from us. But also I would say, if you can, please, because we've had a couple people, like we sent out an email about one of these webinars and someone marked it as spam. Everyone on our list signed up to be on our list and to get notifications of news, updates, sales, all that fun stuff, webinars, and things like that. So at the end of each email that we send out to you, there is an unsubscribe link. Please use that instead of marking as spam because you did ask for this stuff to come to you. So instead of messing up our reputation and our score, pretty please use the unsubscribe link because it's there for a reason. So if you do want to unsubscribe, please do. But again, if you're a member, please don't unsubscribe. It's going to just make it really hard for you to stay engaged. And I think if you signed up to enter Shaolin, you're here to be engaged, to learn, to train, to be able to take your life to the next level. And in order for us to be able to help you more, we need to be able to contact you via email. So I just want to throw that out there. So if I'll click on the last one and just show you real quick what one of the weekly updates look like. They're a little bit different every week. We talk about different things that are going on behind the scenes. Usually there's some kind of lesson or motivational tip or things like that. Like we've done different things about how to overcome stress, how to overcome depression, how to, have better time management. We try to do our best to make your life just more enriched, not just from a martial arts standpoint, but as a totality, because in our minds, Kung Fu is everything, and everything is Kung Fu. And in order for you to go to that next level in your life, you need to make this a lifestyle. It's not just a hobby or something you do like when you got some time every once in a while. It needs to become part of your life. And what I love about Nodak Na is that the principles are based on energy and physics principles. So literally anytime you are moving or doing any kind of movement whatsoever, you can utilize your training in that aspect. So you can effectively train throughout the day. And I'll talk a little bit more about, how much training time do you really need versus what a lot of people think? Because a lot of times people don't sign up because they're afraid they're not going to have enough time to train. So we'll talk a little bit about realistic training goals here in a bit, as well as, how to make the most of your time to fit your training in. So here we, have just different things. If we have anything on Patreon, which I'll share a little bit more about that for anyone that's not sure what that is, that's just another way that we're adding value to the community. And we're also helping raise funds for our DVDs and some of the other equipment that we could use here to make Inner Shaolin better. It's basically an inside look to our training, Sifu Larry's training, my training, Hector's training, my brother right here that you see, Mark, Kevin, and some others as well. You'll get an inside perspective. You'll also get lessons that are not just them training us, but little special lessons that you won't find anywhere else. So it's just a really cool way to stay engaged and get access to some even more unique content, because it really gives you a inside look of a lot of our private lessons. So I think that part is really fun and cool. So I'll share a little bit more about that in a little bit. So yeah, if there's a replay, we post that. Anything that we put on Instagram or YouTube, any of the free content that we put out on a weekly basis will also be in here. So this weekly update's not just for members, it's for everyone, because we do put out a lot of free content on a weekly basis. And even if you're a member, I highly recommend checking out the free content too, because there's a lot of little tips and gold nuggets. And, I don't know about all of you, but me personally, and I've seen this with a lot of our local members too, when they hear something a slightly different way, a couple different times, it really, really, really sinks in. So I love, seeing these shorter lessons that Sifu Fu does or Sifu Larry does, and then seeing their longer lessons too, because they just really help things gel together. So those will also be in here. And then obviously whatever's new in the training hall, which is for our junior members and above, that will be in there too. And I'll talk a little bit about the difference between all that here in a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and continue to walk you through. So if you ever are on the site and you're like, hey, how do I get back to my training page? I know I get there when I log in, but how do I get there? Literally go to members and my training and voila, you're back to this page. So we just covered Stay in the Know. And then this is the Nodak Na intro and Indian ebook. Again, if you are a member from intro and above, you have access to this section. Everyone that is part of our site has access to this. You never have to re-sign up to get access to the ebook. And the way it's set up is for those people that are intro members, they get access to one of our training hall videos. And that is so they can see what it's like to get a full lesson from us. And so that's just a cool little added feature that we added recently. Well, maybe not recently. I guess we've been doing it for 6 months, huh?
What's that?
So the weekly lesson from the training hall for the intro people. We've been doing that for a hot minute, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while.
About a year?
But then wasn't getting much response, so I was just not changing it up, waiting to see someone say something, which no one has.
So I guess I should change this from the new training hall lesson of the week.
Add more new training lessons for our our complimentary members, but I've asked several times, you know, for some feedback or like life. And in an intro member area, I don't get much conversation. So I'm like, well, what happens if I don't put a new video up for these, if they're going to respond? And no, they haven't. So
maybe I should change that
so
too.
You can see I'm on, you know, I'm on live TV and I say it. You guys say something, you free people, I'll change the video.
All right, there you go. So I should change that maybe to say the monthly lesson of the week, or the free monthly lesson from the training hall, right? Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna change that up. So yes, if you're not staying engaged, intro people, you heard it. He's not gonna put up anything extra for you. So stay engaged, people. Let us know that you're paying attention and that you're watching. So under here is the No Duck Nah intro lessons. You just click on it and each one will pop up and I have to figure out what is going on there. Hey, Larry, can you look at lesson 2? It is not showing up for some reason on my end. This is in the intro section, but it's only that one for some reason. So if you can take a look at that and troubleshoot that, I'd greatly appreciate it. And then below that, you have your NVN ebook. You just click on this link, it pops up. You can download it, print it out, read it right from your device if you want. It's all up to you. And then we also have some bonus training too, which is some of our webinars that we did, some of our favorite webinars actually that I would love for us to refilm because now we have newer equipment and that would be just really cool. But there's some great stuff in there and a really good way to figure out like, hey, would I like to train with Enter Shaolin? And if you're not sure, you know, go to entershaolin.com/ebook. You'll get access to all that stuff I just showed you there. And then below that, we have our No Duck Nah 101 course. And that is literally a 52-week course. So apparently that error is just on my computer. I don't know why. All right. So the 52-week course digs deeper into our NDM principles, core training, Qigong, and also China and some other goodies in there too. Our light members and junior, senior, and Abbott members have access to this. And I love it because it really does make it stupid simple. A lot of people, when they go into the training hall, they're like, whoa, there's so much here. What do I do? How do I get started? Our recommendation, regardless of anyone's skill level, is to always start here. Because what we do is generally a lot different than what other people have been training in. So it just really gives you a good primer to be able to understand the different principles that we're talking about, to understand the NDN part. And overall, this course is really to help a person to get better mind, body, and spirit, and also have some quick self-defense techniques in the event that they need to. And that's where the Chin Na part especially comes in, as well as some of the No Duck Nah too. So how this course works is every week you get a new week's worth of lessons, and you can always go back and revisit any of the lessons and check them out. There's always a quiz at the end of the week with a little homework assignment to keep you accountable and to move forward. I can't tell you how many times we've done orientations and people are like, I just don't know where to get started. And I'm like, did you start with the No Duck Nah 101 course? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is I haven't even looked at it. So I highly encourage any members or new members coming to check this out and work on it. Even if you have access to the training hall, this is just a really great curriculum to walk you through, help you understand what's going on, and really kind of like a syllabus is what I would call it, a syllabus to really help you with your first year with us. Now, if you are a junior member and above, you have access to our training hall, which literally has all the training videos that we have done up to date, which we've been filming for, I would say, well, it's been over 4 years, about 4.5 years, because we were filming before we launched the site on May 1st of 2014. So it's about 4.5 years, a little over 4.5 years we've been filming. We still have tons of content. It's so insane to think that we've been filming for so long and we still have so much more content. Like we have more weapons training that we're going to be putting out, eventually the 5 animals. There's just a lot of stuff that Sifu Food knows and wants to cover with all of you. And it's just a matter of us being able to A, film it, and B, get it out on a timely schedule, because there's a lot of stuff that comes before that. So how it works is like maybe we film this week, right? But if we have several other weeks of content that we filmed already that has not gone out yet, then that stuff will probably not go out for like another month, to give you an idea. So we're always adding new content on a regular basis for our members so they can keep growing and training. And really, honestly, what's currently here, if you really, really studied and applied it, it would at least take you 8 years of dedicated training to get through all of it. And that's at least 8 years of dedicated training. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see if any of our members had any thoughts on some stuff that we should share here. Dan says you guys already have so much content. It's fantastic. Thank you so much. Douglas says, I know so much. Sarah says, I can only watch lesson 1 on Firefox, but the rest on Safari. Okay. Can you let me know, Cyrus, what lesson you're talking about? Because are you talking about lesson 1 in the Know Now 101 course or in the intro section?
There's a question.
Yeah, sure. YouTube? Yeah. Okay, let me pull that up real quick. All right. So let's see here, darlings. All right, we're going to pull that up. So hi, everyone. While working on Silem's How, this is from DJ. I can't talk today. I'm so sorry, family. DJ says, hi, everyone. While working on Silem's How form, when do you know you are ready to begin learning Chum Kill form? That is a great question.
So at least here's my perspective of it. You can learn the Silem Tao form in 4 hours, memorize it, and you'll mentally know the form. It could take you several more months to clean that form up in a way where it looks really, looks smooth. And to be honest, you can practice the techniques that are within Silem Tao literally for 4 or 5 years and not necessarily need to go into Chum Kill for any particular reason. With that being said, I think a good gauge to know when it's time for you to kind of like, okay, let me start learning Chum Kill is the way that we do it is you learn your Silem Tao techniques and then we start teaching a game. Well, we just call it the game of hands. It's kind of like Chi Sao, but it's like a precursor to Chi Sao. When you get really proficient at that game, you naturally would want to move up to Chum Kill or up to Chi Sao, and Chi Sao is really taught with Chum Kill. So a good way for you to gauge if you're ready to begin learning Chum Kill is, can you effectively use Silem Tao techniques in application, maybe like in sparring or something like that. Be real comfortable with Silem Tao so you know it like the back of your hand. That's my answer. So it took me, if you want to know, personally trained about 5 years to get from Silem Tao to Chum Kill and understand what I was doing. Hope that helps.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, some people go through the actual form and they're like, all right, I got to memorize and I got this and that going on. But then they don't actually go look at the different applications and techniques that Sifu Fu shares. And I highly recommend that you do that because that's why they're there. And if you go into Wing Chun, it really is a no-brainer, how you're supposed to follow the sequence because we have it set up. And I'll show that in a moment here, where it's literally starts with Silem Tao. That's the beginning of your journey and your training. We also get a lot of people that are asking, when should I get a Zhang? And that depends on you. A lot of times, I know with Sifu Lara, you didn't start the Zhang training until later on, right?
Yeah, you know what? Even though I didn't start my real Zhang training until later on, I still used the Zhang to do some simple training.
Okay.
So you can use the Zhang to train your martial arts before actually learning how to use the Zhang, because there's the different drills that you can do to help your technique and your structural integrity and things like that. I've said this, like, if you had to ask me what was more important, getting like a rice trainer or getting a Zhang for your personal training, especially within the first few years, a rice trainer is a much more valuable tool for you than the Zhang is, because you can train a lot of different aspects with that trainer. You can practice your punches, you can practice techniques, you can work with a little bit of a resistance because of the spring. So I find that might be actually a better tool for a beginner than, say, a Zhang.
Right. And if you're not sure what the heck that is, I'll show you that in a moment so you can take a check out on that lovely stuff. Let's see. Dan says, thanks. Could you show an example of push hands really quick? I definitely hear that too, Paul. Okay. Paul said, let me read Paul's first. I didn't see his come through. So plenty to keep you engaged. I check out much of it, even though I'm not looking for it specifically. What's the appetite for more? And Dan said, thanks. Could you show an example of that push hands real quick? And I definitely hear that too, Paul. And Robert says, rice trainer is easy to build also. Yes, we do have someone that built one and kind of gave you like a step-by-step one too. So I'll show you that post too. Hey, can we do some push hands? The people want to see some push hands.
They don't want, you want to see me beat down CJ here? That's fine. All right. Do we have to do anything?
We're doing push hands.
When you're playing push hands,
so they can see a little bit of the feet area.
Well, then I got hold on.
There you go.
Hey, in push hands, there's more than one purpose for push hands. One of the purposes of push hands is just to be able to blend with your partner. You know, when you're pushing hands, you're trying to balance each other's energy out. Sifu Fu had said this, and I've read this somewhere else too, where like if you get two Tai Chi masters in a room and they're pushing hands, no one's going to win. They're just going to keep balancing each other out.
Until someone makes a mistake.
In push hands, really, you end up losing because your structural integrity becomes compromised and you just can't maintain. Now, if the counter was there, right, I can't force it. If I was in playing push hands and then I'm trying to win, if I'm trying to win, well,
now you're going to go.
She can channel the energy back at me and my structure is compromised and then I lose. You know, so when you see push hands on YouTube or you see a push hands competition, people are trying to win. And I think that's kind of counterproductive to what you're trying to learn with push hands.
Yeah, you're supposed to win.
Right. The whole concept of Tai Chi is to find peace in your soul. And like, I shall win. Yeah. And people are always trying to win at the game. And I think you end up winning the game because you stop caring to win and you win by accident and the other person just loses because they can't balance their energy out with yours. So I love push hands for training because look at the difference in the training, right? She's able to develop feel. She's able to develop flow. She can, increase her sensitivity. She can work on her structural integrity. I can offer her pressure without actually causing her emotional state to change. If we're doing just
unless you have a very fragile ego, because I've played with some people that get really
now the difference is if we were to do more like I told you about that precursor game to Chi Sao, which is hands, we're using like Pakdars, Tans, Lops, basic stuff that's all within Sil and Tao. You can learn it, and I think it's good, but it changes when you start hitting the person because the way that they become changes. So now you hit them a few times. Now she knows I'm going to hit her, and the energy wants to start to well up because they don't want to be hit no more. So now they start tensing and they get a little stiff.
Yeah.
They start flinching more, and so after a certain amount of time, you start training responses rather than reactions, and just flinching and chasing. You develop a skill set. So here, because it's a little bit more violent, it's a little bit more action packed. It puts a lot more pressure on the person. It trains some bad habits if you're dealing with a partner who's just a jerk, right? If someone's just trying to get you and they just keep beating up on you, you're going to develop bad habits because you're going to start trying to force your way out of situations. You're going to start trying, you're going to flinch. You might, end up a lot of times like a beat dog and in push hands, that doesn't happen as much. It's a little bit more laid back. You can learn the skill set and then you can put the pressure on the person later, right? When you develop the skill. I don't know. Did that answer her question? Was there even a question?
Yeah. Well, they just wanted to see what that was. Definitely understand. And yes. Sarah says, confused about the core training. Do you do something from each section at the same time, like arms, legs, etc., or is it sequential mastering all the arms first?
Let me answer. So the core training is broken up into different types of trainings. Mm-hmm. One type of training is to train skill sets. To train to get your wrist to move, get snapping done, develop your fingers. Right, that type of core training is very. It's to use your tools for combat. Mm-hmm. The other type of core training, which also helps develop the tool sets, your core, right? If your core is weak, your kung fu's weak. So when you're thinking of the core training, it encompasses a few different things. It encompasses training your different tools that you use, as well as just being a workout, right? So when you're doing the core training, that's how you break it up, right? Pick some core training exercises that develop a skill set, as well as pick some core training exercises that just develop your body, like a push-up. We'll just use a push-up, for example, right? Maybe you're going to work on snapping your wrist. Maybe you'll do some wrist training exercises to develop the strength where you need it. But then you might also want to do like, iron pillars to develop your legs and to develop your core. So you can kind of mix and match.
I was gonna say there's generally 2 ways to go about it. So sure.
And just one more thing about core training, any core training or any kind of exercise program. I don't like to tell people how many reps they need to do or how long they need to do it, right? Because I don't think that's relevant because each person's at a different place in their health. You know what, Kenneth, in a minute, I'll get CJ here to show you what one looks like, but it is in the website, but I just want to make her do one anyways. Wait, let me, So here's the goal. If no matter what your fitness level is and no matter what exercise you're working on, really push yourself to failure when you're doing it. If you're like, so we're going to use a push-up as an example. If your failure happens to be 1 push-up, then your failure is 1 push-up, and really, really push that 1 push-up as hard as you can. If it's 2 push-ups, then push yourself for 2 push-ups. Don't beat yourself up for where you're not. Don't go, well, man, and don't get upset. Well, maybe if I would have done this longer, or none of that matters. What matters is to do your best and where you're at.
Right.
That's the important thing. Give 100% of what you have in the moment that you're doing it. If it's 1 push-up, that's fine. If it's 100 push-ups, that's fine. There's no right answer other than what you can take physically, right? But always make sure you're making it go to failure. Yeah. Don't just say, oh, that was good, and you could have done a few more. If you could have done a few more, you should have done a few more.
Yeah, do a couple more. And also, you want to definitely, like you were saying, go to failure. But so the core training is the only section that's not set up where this top part is beginner and not. So let's just talk about this. Like, let's say, and this is where you got to think like logically, if you just worked on your arms for like the next 6 months, 3 months, whatever, then you're going to be uneven because you've only been working out your arms. It'd be the same way if I go to the gym and I'm lifting weights and I'm only like, have you guys ever been to the gym or even like on the streets, you see those guys are really puffed up here, but you can tell they never work their glutes. They never work their bottom half and they look like they're about to fall over because they're uneven. So with our training, it's always about being even. So you can approach this 1 or 2 ways. You can say, okay, on this day, I'm going to work on just my arms. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to work on my legs. And then Wednesday, I'm going to work on my abs. You can do it like that if that is what works for you. Or you can do more like an all over body conditioning where you pick something from each section and that's what you work on for the next week or 2 or 3 till you get to where you feel comfortable with that movement. That's also why we have the monthly conditioning regimens also under the core training too.
I didn't forget. I told Kenneth you do an iron pillar for him. So step on
back. I wasn't done yet. I was just talking.
All right. Well, don't forget because we can forget. We
all right. All right. So here we go. Iron pillar.
Iron pillar.
You're really gonna make me do this.
I'm making you do it.
I don't even feel good today, but all right. I'm doing this for y'all. So I don't know if I should make this go down further. You can see all the way. Move this down a little bit. There we go. Little magic button there. All right, so I'm going to squat down. Ta-da! Iron pillar. Woo! Yay! There's the iron pillar. Let me move this back up. All right. And honestly, the goal is, depending on where you're at, that's going to be a really tough movement. So I would say at least try to do 5. If you can do 10 of those right now, you're in a good place. If you can do more, you're really in an awesome place. Jason, you're very welcome, Ken.
Jason, you asked Jason, can you explain any great training to help with low back hernia disc rehab? Here's the deal. All of our Qigong exercises can help. But now here's the deal with the Qigong. When you have to do any kind of stretching or bending or moving, only bring that movement to a slight discomfort. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like there's one where you go down, you touch the, you turn and you come back up. Mm-hmm. Maybe your lower back is really bad because I've had back problems. I haven't had back problems. I don't think in the past, I don't even know how many years, but it's been a long time. But I used to, especially when I labored and I did a lot of manual labor work, my back used to go out constantly. But so if this is as far as your body can go down, that's okay. You go, ugh. And that's it.
So they have to do the part.
If it makes you feel better. So that's all you have to do. you always want to make it just a little uncomfortable, but not to the point where you're injuring yourself. Constant, repetitive, consistent Qigong exercises can totally help your herniated back. But it has to be done just to slight discomfort, and over time, slowly, gradually give yourself a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. What's important here is consistency, continuity.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bob's already talking in the chat here on Zoom, but he said, listen to your body. I have severe back problems. Qigong has helped him the most. So when Bob first came to us, he couldn't even touch his knees. Like by bending down, he couldn't even touch his knees. And then he was able to touch his knees. And then about like 6 months, 8 months after that, he was able to touch his toes. And that was just from doing the Qigong. So, and he's right. Definitely listen to your body. You'll know exactly what you need. And that's the same thing with the core training. You know, you'll know when it's just like, you're wanting to give up because it's painful. It hurts. Maybe you haven't worked out in a long time. It's something new. You're challenging your body a new way. And you're just wanting to give up because you're going through a little pain versus like, I'm about to injure myself. You know the difference between when you can push yourself and not. So definitely pay attention to your body, honor it when it needs rest. But, you know, also make sure don't slack. You know, if you know that you're like, oh man, I could have done 2 more, I could have done 5 more, then get back down and do this 2 or 5 more or whatever you're doing. So definitely pay attention, be consistent with your body and honor it. And it will definitely help heal it. And you will eventually see all kinds of good stuff. I'd also say stretching too. And we do have stretching in the core training. Stretching will definitely help too. So combine that with the Qigong and you're going to be feeling a whole lot better. Bob says, I have 3 herniated discs along the nearing of the canals of the nerves. Once your back hurts standing, sit down and try it. Yes, that's also the cool thing about Qigong too, is you can do it in a chair. So if you find you're in the middle of your Qigong, but you know you want to do some more movements, but your back is really just really bothering you because of the different, you know, ailments you got going on, you can sit down and finish it off that way too. All right, so let's see what we have going on here. Hey, Sifu, I see you're on YouTube. Do you want to come on here and be a part of the webinar since you're free? Let me know. If so, you can log in and I'll make sure that you can be a part of this. I see you chatting some people up there. All right, so I'm going to go back and show you guys and gals more of the site. And let me just make sure there's no other questions right now. All right, looks like we're good so far. All right, there we go. And yeah, Sifu was also talking about, you know, if you can find a good chiropractor, that also helps a lot. I personally have had different back problems throughout my life. I got into a car accident when I was 13 with my mom, and I pretty much had problems ever since then. But I find as long as I work out my core, you know, all the sides of my core, I don't have problems with my back. But if I start slacking and I don't do the different things to support that, I will start having problems again. But if you have really severe issues, it could be like a pinched nerve. There could be all kinds of different things going on. And a good chiropractor could possibly help you find some immediate relief while you're working on the healing process. So that might be an option for you as well. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and let's go. Okay. So I'll show you guys and gals the Wing Chun section real quick because we were talking about that a moment ago. So everything is broken up into sections, into modules. So you have your Sil and Tao, which is the form. You have your Sil and Tao techniques. You have your footwork, Chum Kyul applications, a breakdown, Chum Kyul techniques. Hey, if you're on Zoom or YouTube, let me know. Do you want to see something in Tai Chi? Do you want to see something in Qigong? Do you want to see something over here in Wing Chun? Let me know and I'll pull something up. I didn't see any members bring any suggestions of what they may or may not want to see. So just let me know and I will go ahead and pop in a couple different things to show people like what was one of the lessons that really transformed your mind or your body. Let me know. I know with Bob, it was our Qigong. So we're going to go over to Qigong and check that out for a moment. What I love about Qigong personally is it's ridiculously simple to do. And it's also ridiculously simple not to do. So why not do it? That's my thoughts on that. And if you do this on a regular basis, on a daily basis, you will see all kinds of transformations inside of your body, as well as your mind, your stress levels. You'll either, I've met people that had insomnia and all of a sudden they can sleep because they're doing their Qigong. And then there's been people that, they are depressed and they have to sleep hours and hours more than they probably should because they're just, blah and not feeling good. And this has helped them to be able to sleep less and in a more appropriate time frame and allow their body to properly heal too. So we have the Qigong 10 basic exercises. You have the 40 breaths, you have the Neigong, and just like our other stuff like Wing Chun, you'd want to start with the basics. And I tell people all the time, if there's one thing that you can do to transform your life today, please, 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 I beg of you, learn these 10 basic Qigong exercises. I recommend these to people online. I recommend them to people I meet out and about. One of my daughter's, what would they call that? Like senior students where she does wushu. He's my age. And he has one kid, he's about to have another. And he was just talking about like, man, I'm really feeling my age and I'm this and I'm that. And I was like, do you do Qigong by any chance? And he's like, no, I don't. And I was like, you should look up the 10 basic exercises and just start doing that every day. It's going to give you the energy that you need and also help you to just sleep more soundly. And maybe you'll be able to even get less sleep. Like for me, it helps me get less sleep because I'm one of those people that if I'm not taking care of myself, I definitely am more like the type that I could probably sleep for like way too long. So for me, it helps to be able to get more condensed hours of sleep and be able to be still functioning and feeling good and feeling great. So I recommend it to everyone I go to. So the last time I seen this guy, it was like maybe a month later after I saw him, he was complaining again. And I said, did you look up what I said? And he's like, no. So again, your health and your wellness is in your hands. It's up to you. No one can force this stuff on you. No one can make you do it. You're the one that has to decide to love yourself enough to take care of your body. You an apple? He's taking care of his body. All right. So let me see. I'm going to show dynamic hands. That's one of my favorites. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this. And I'm hoping technology will be kind to me today. And let me play this for you all. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay. Actually, I'm going to stop the share real quick because I think, there we go. All right, now we're fixed. Give me a moment here. Go back to the screen. All right.
Hi, welcome to the 5th. Inhale. All the way up. Hold to teach you how to move energy in different directions and still maintain that forward pressure. Okay, so when we do this, we're just going to start in a neutral position, okay? And our dynamic hands, we want to come one and bend at the hands up, coming up to the shoulders. 2, you're going to drive down your palms to the hips, and then you're going to push up with an exhale. Then you're going to go inhale, and I'll break this down for you. I'm just going to do this very slowly for you to see. 4, exhale. 5, inhale. 6, all the way up. And hold on your toes, and then exhale on the way down. So on the side view, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, all the way up, hold on your toes, and then exhale. Okay, so that's how it looks on the front view and the side view, and I'm going to break it down to you. Now, the breathing is fairly simple. It's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You're going to hold for like a second, and then you're going to exhale down. So the breath is fairly simple. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, hold, and then exhale. Okay, so I'm going to break it down to you in pairs. Okay, so we're going to break it down to the inhale, exhale techniques. So the first move that you want to do is you want to get that horse stance that you have. So you're going to stand about the width of your shoulders, your knees should be bent, your hips should be forward, tucked forward, but you should have that posture of highest heaven, low as earth. okay? So you don't want to feel like you're slouching. You don't want to feel like you're stiff, okay? So you want to feel that relaxed but structured feeling, okay? So root and behind his head, okay? First one, inhale. You want to bend at the elbow, turn your thumbs up, getting your palms up to the sky, and bring it about width of your height and width of your shoulders, okay? So 1, bring it up, shoulder height, shoulder width. 2, that's your inhale. 2, you're going to exhale. You're going to drive the palms down, leading the fingers into the center. So if you turn your wrist, you can see my hands going in this way. So you're going to turn, let it float to the floor, pushing the palm to your hips level, and then fingers go up and forward. Okay? So we're going to add to your exhale. So we're going to do the first 2 again. Inhale on the way up. Inhale.
All right, there we go. All right, so that was just a little snippet of that. This is one of our first videos that we did. As you can see, this was on May 9th of 2014. So this was like literally the week after we opened up. So I will show you one of our more recent ones. That's actually one of my favorite moves. I call it the roller coaster ride because the way the hands move makes me think of a roller coaster for some reason, but it's called dynamic hands. And that's one of my favorites personally. And so let's see here. Let me see if we have any comments here real quick before I continue on. Cyrus, no, we don't have downloading of the videos for offline use. And that's only because, like, if you could just imagine if we had that availability, someone could just sign up as a monthly member, come in, download everything, cancel their membership and leave and have access to all the content. We've been in business for a long time. We've been a part of a lot of membership sites. So we kind of know the good stuff, the bad stuff, the ugly stuff. And we've seen a lot of people who've worked very, very hard for many years to provide some really great content, get completely ripped off, and then have that person go and distribute that all across the internet. So that's why we don't allow that. We will be having some DVDs eventually.
And not to be a jerk, if we find it, we're pressing charges.
Yes.
There's something, it's clearly you can't have it that way. A lot of people do that. I've gotten emails, and Shaolin's gotten emails from people who are like, what do you think of this course? And I'm like, I don't know the course. He goes, well, let me send it to you and send us a course.
Yeah, please don't do that.
There was literally, I don't even know, but there was dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of
hours
some poor guy's work that somebody stole and felt necessary to distribute.
Yeah, so
you know, we're here. Lately, we've been working from 8 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night.
11:30, sometimes 12:30.
For someone to go take that content and just start giving it away to other people.
I'm not saying, Cyrus, that you would do that. Obviously not. But unfortunately, there's not.
Yeah, we're not blaming you per se, but this
right.
other guy over here, like, darn it, we are stealing you.
Right, we're not unfortunately able to decipher those that will, obviously, only keep it for themselves versus the one that won't. We are looking at some way to possibly make it where Abbott's can do that, but we haven't figured out how to do that where only they can do that. It is something that we hope in the future that we can make available. We just don't have an ETA on that, or even if it's possible for just them to be able to do that. But in a perfect world where everyone's honest and good and fabulous, we would totally allow that. But unfortunately, that's just not where we're at right now. So Bob said he had to go. You have a great week too, brother. We appreciate it. Let's see here. Douglas says, Qigong is so easy to do that it's surprising that there is so much value in it. Good stuff every day. Yes, it's one of those things that you can not only do relatively quickly, but you can see results really fast too. And that's why I always recommend people start with the Qigong, because it is something that's relatively easy to learn and implement into their lives on a daily basis. And you reap such quick rewards and benefits from it. It's really a no-brainer. Like, why would you not do that for yourself? Let's see. Sifu says, my favorite too. Sifu, I see you're on Zoom. Do you want me to make you go live as an admin? Let me know so I can have you share your screen and whatnot. Let's see here. Jim John says, a lot of pirates out there. Unfortunately, yes, there are a lot. So, okay, I'm going to go back to sharing my screen with everyone here. And let me see if I can find one of our more recent videos from Wing Chun to share. Do you have any suggestions? Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll share one of our rice trainer drills. That sounds like a good one. Let me find. Here's one of our rice trainer ones. All right. Getting your snatching in your hands. All right, let's pull that one up. And I don't know why my computer sounds like it's about to take off from the airfield, but for some reason it does. All right, so I'm going to share this one with you. As you can see, the video and everything's going to be a lot different because as we grow, we're always updating our equipment and everything to make our videos, our sounds, and everything else better. So here we go. Let's check it out. And this is that tool that Sifu Larry was talking about earlier too.
I'm going to make you a video, which was actually the next video I made from the other video I did with the snatching, is to teach you how to get your snatching in your hands, okay? We talked about going in the air, how to snatch, right? How to get from underneath, over top, here, and inside from the sides, right? So I'm going to teach you how to use the arm to catch and practice if you have a rice trainer. So in the beginning, you might want to catch and do opposites. The reason why you do it, because one, you're going to train both hands, but two, you also practice your timing. So you can practice like this here, get on top, drive down, but get to the bottom, drive up. So I want to catch and create this catch here. So you can see I'm bringing my arm down, I'm going to bring my arm up. 1, 2. You don't want to go up and then catch because it's going to cause you to actually bring him away from you and then you have to reach. So you never want to do that. You always want to bring him to you and then bring them down. So never go down and up, okay? So make sure you go up, down, okay? Same thing here, practice this way. Again, practice driving down with your palm. So if you don't have an idea of how to really do it, go watch the video of the solo practice in the air with the John practice here. See? As you do that, let your body turn to catch the bottom, okay? Same thing here. Okay, again, this is to teach you how to catch. Okay, and again, find that root, find that sitting, and make sure you do that. So once you get that, you can do left and right techniques. You can go in from this position here, turn your body and create the hit. So again, draw and turn. Again, you can see my palms on the arm. Don't be like over, like where you feel like you're slipping, like this. You should feel like you catch the arm, okay? So you should practice catching the arm, turning, and then catching from the side, like that, okay? So these are the different ways you can do it. You can practice catching around like this, and then catching from underneath on the top and bring them in. That's just practice. 1, 2. So you can see I'm making a turn. 1, rotate, turn the palm. You see I turn the palm in? So I catch, turn the palm to the side. You see I'm on the side now. During that time, I went over top. I want to turn underneath to the side, right? Well, not over top to the side. The other one's going to come from underneath and hook the arm in. So you're going to do this, and you're going to catch it. So you should be bringing this way, and bringing this way. Again, it's just a snatch up, creating a base. You don't create a pull. You just want to create that snap up with a turn. So just snatch. At the same time, snatch. So you do this right, top, over, snatch underneath. Again, it's just from the pivoting of the elbow and the turning of the wrist. You see I'm doing that? At the same time, driving that. So I can be like here and drive, okay? Now, if you're good, you can practice doing this. So you can practice swinging the arm back and forth. So you can practice catching the arm and practice catching the arm. Catching the arm. Again, creating pressure on the arm. Turn the waist, boom, boom, like that. If I wanted to, you should see this. It's going to pull here. You do that right. It should feel like the pressure is coming towards here because I want to send that into that point. Like I want to yank them this way and drive them this way. Together, it should make that turn. Okay? So these are some of the ways that you can practice on the arm.
All right, I think I'm going to show you guys and gals one more rice trainer example. Let's see. Let's do sticking with the woo. I like that one.
Hey everyone, welcome to Shaolin, and we're going to do a rice training technique, and this one's called sticking with the woo. And basically what it's designed to teach you to do is learn how to stay on point through the heel of the palm and the back side of the wrist. So this technique is to teach you how to feel pressure, learn how to move that pressure, and maintain the pressure on the point. Now, you're going to start off with a woo, and it doesn't matter which hand, no, it doesn't matter. The key is to learn how to pivot from the wrist and the elbow, but not move the elbow. So you cannot do this, like if I do this, and so you see I'm doing this. Right now, you must learn how to turn and draw up. And then when I draw up, you can see how the arm's resting on my back side of the hand here. My hand's more upward, forward here, and turning towards the jaw, not the jaw, but towards the rice trainer. So when I come down on the arm, you do not want to pull to the side. Our goal is to pop up a little bit, rotate, draw down so it feels like you're almost into the grab. Then you're going to release and stick towards the palm side. And again, this is the same. You're going to pop up and feel the base. So it's not this where you feel like it's sliding. If it's sliding, you don't have a good base. I want you to push the base underneath so it feels like I'm affecting the arm. Once that occurs, my thumb is going to rotate down like I'm staying flat. So I'm moving back so you can see I'm going flat like this, you see? So it's not like this where you feel like you're going to the side and you'll slip off. The goal is to rotate to where you feel the flat of your palm resting on this. So when I do this, I'm resting on it. And I'm going to move forward naturally to the arm. So like I said, you don't want to do this and feel like you have to pull towards the same spot because you're going to naturally create a backwards energy. So I just, from here, like the woo, I'm going to rotate. I'm going to naturally move forward. So you can see I was starting here. But by the time I grab, I'm actually like a few inches closer. So then I'm going to release it. And I'm just going to bring it back up to the woo. And you can see, naturally, if I do this, my hand's naturally going to go forward. So don't worry about that. It should do that. You should have your forward pressure on your opponent. You should always have that control between your palms and your wrist. So if I'm here, let's hit right. So I'm here like this. I'm having that natural sit. I want to rotate from the pop first. I want to rotate my wrist without moving the arm. So don't swing. This is going to be common. You're going to do this. It's just a pop and rotate down. Naturally, it'll just create that little small curve, not a huge out and back. You can see that? So it's just up and down. It's very fast. So you want to think of it like a semicircle. So you're going to go like up, okay? And you're going to go like arcing up here and down. Then you can arc up this way and down. Arc up this way and down. As you go up, there's that little arc, okay? So as I do this, you can see here, I'm just going to go over and down and allow it to come up. So you can see it's coming up my arm. I turn the wrist again. I come down. I come up the arm. And again, I want to maintain that control. So I want to actually learn how to stick with the arm. So you can see here. Now again, you can play.
So that, family, is the rice trainer. And if you want to get your own Wing Chun rice trainer, like Sifu Larry said earlier, it's really a really great tool for you to be able to do solo practices. If, for instance, in that video, if Sifu would have which he does show you throughout the video, like how to know if you're doing it right or wrong, it would literally spring back at you. So it gives you a little bit of realism because if you do the technique wrong, it is going to pop you back. So that's what's really cool about it. But under members, additional resources, and even if you're not a member, you can access this page. So let me go here. Additional resources, recommended gear, books, and more. Just go to innershaolin.com/recommended, and you'll be able to get our Rattan ring training where we got ours from. We have the metal ones, but I think they have the wood ones at this location too, if I remember correctly. There's also the Wing Chun rice trainer. If you need a Mook Jong, there's all kinds of different price levels, ones that, are PVC, ones that are really, really amazing quality, lifetime, guaranteed wood. There's ones that attach to the wall. There's ones that are stand free and stand alone and all that good stuff. And if you ever want to get some Inner Shaolin gear, besides the hats are not on there, but I am trying to find a place where we can have our clothing and our hats all made by the same people. It's just really difficult to find people that actually have it all. And for those of you wondering, what happened to the pants? Unfortunately, Spreadshirt stopped selling pants. So we are also looking for someone that can help us be able to provide pants on demand too. So that way you guys and gals can have your Inner Shaolin pants. I know I miss mine. So I unfortunately wore mine so many that times they're just stretched out. So I got to get some more too, but we're trying to find a vendor that can actually accommodate all of that. So that is what we're looking for. But if you want a hoodie, t-shirt, tank, there's even onesies for babies, coffee mug. I think there's bags, which I don't have mine in here, but there's, like big canvas style bags with the Inner Shaolin logo on there. There's all kinds of really cool stuff. You can check that out there too. Again, that's innershaolin.com/recommended. So let me just stop this real quick and see if we have any questions. Oh, okay. So Sifu said he doesn't have a good connection, so he won't be able to join us on the actual video portion of this. Sarah says, where do you get one of those, or do you make it yourself? Okay. So I already answered your question. Hopefully, Sarah, she saw where I showed you to get one from. You can go there and click on it. We do get a small commission with the partner that builds them and works on them. So if you buy from us, we greatly appreciate it because it does help us with Inner Shaolin and growing it. We do have where you can make one if you're handy. One of our members, let me see if I can find it for you. Let me see if I can find it. Put one together. This was a very simple one. Obviously, you can make it more elaborate or whatnot, but he did this for about $60 or less. So if you are able to do so, this is good for you. You can just go on our site under the blog section right here and type in build your own Wing Chun rice trainer or build rice trainer. Either way, it's going to come up and you can see how he built one for himself. Obviously, you can get as crafty as you want. You can get as elaborate as you want. This was just a very simple one that one of our members put together for themselves. We've definitely seen several other people put together more elaborate things. We've seen members build their own jongs. So if you're handy with wood, you got the tools, you can save yourself some money and just build one yourself. We don't have the exact dimensions for everything, but he does kind of break down what he personally used and stuff like that. So you can make it a little bit bigger or smaller depending on your space and what you have too. So hopefully that helps someone out there to be able to do that. And I just realized I'm not sharing my screen with you. So let me go click on that again. Sorry about that, family. All right, so let me go over here. All right, I'm talking to you all like you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the one that we're talking about. So this is the one we bought mainly because while I'm pretty crafty, woodworking, I would love to do. I just don't have the time to do. One day, God willing, I will. But so we bought ours and we got it from Amazon here. You can just like click and go with that too. So down here is how one of our members made one for $60 or less, because we said less because some of this stuff he already had on hand. So you can see what he did. It's very simple, very basic one that he put together. He gives some supplies that he used and how he went about making it and everything, and does a little demo showing you how he made it. So if you're super crafty, you know how to do woodworking, go for it, because you can definitely save some money building yourself. And, it's pretty cool when you get to, work and train on things that you've made yourself. At least I think so. We also have had members build PVC jongs, wood jongs. Unfortunately, we don't have any instructions on how any of our members did that. We do have a member that is supposed to be putting together a PDF for us to share and how he built his own jong. So I will see if I can get with him and see where he is on that. But I do know that if you just Google how to build your own jong, there's lots of content out there in the cyberspace world where you can find that. So if a little creativity, a little searching, you can find that for yourself. So let me go ahead and stop sharing, just make sure we don't have any other questions real quick. Dan says, I need to finish building my rice trainer. Yes, there's a lot of good training on that. So you definitely should do that for yourself. Absolutely. Let me just make sure that we don't have any more questions here. DJ, any update for Sifu's book? Well, he's traveling a lot right now, so I know that he works on it as he can. Sifu, do you have any update on a rough time frame of when the book will get out? I know last time we talked, he did not have an ETA on that. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that there's a lot going on at Inner Shaolin. And Sifu Fu, he has his own school and everything like that. He's doing a lot of traveling right now for work too. So he's got a lot going on. He's got a family as well. So as all of us, we all have, families and stuff at home. And for me, I'm a single mom. So we pour a lot of hours and time into Inner Shaolin, especially Sifu Larry and myself. So we do our best to get to all these extra stuff. There's so many things that we want to do, like having this book out that DJ is asking about, as well as so many different upgrades that we're making on the site. It's just really about getting to that point. So we are working on it. Sifu says, no ETA, been working 16-hour days, tired by the day. Sifu, we understand because we've been working from about 8 a.m. to 11:30 to 12:30 every night since you've been gone. So we totally understand. And yeah, by the time I get home, I'm just done. There is no extra left in me. So hopefully tonight I will not be working that late. And hopefully I can call it a relatively early night around 8:30 or 9:30 tonight. That is my goal. So I can relax just a little bit tonight. So we'll see what happens with that. Real quick, I think I covered everything, well, except for the Abbott stuff. So I'm going to bebop back over to the site and show you guys and gals what being an Abbott member looks like and what extra stuff you have for that. Sarah says, would you recommend using the rice trainer for the no deck knob movements with the arm? Yes. All the stuff that he's showing you, he shows you, it is all no deck na. So whether we're doing Wing Chun or whatever, it's all filtered through no deck na. So all the principles and movements that you learn through no deck na, they get applied to Wing Chun, they get applied to Chin Na, all that stuff. And there's a lot more. So there's a lot of lessons there. I don't know how many of just the rice trainer we have. I want to say we have at least 20 now, but we're always adding to that because it really is a great solo training drill. So yes, you can use it for your no deck na movements. You can get very, very creative. You can utilize the lessons that we show. You can make up your own drills. It's really, the sky is the limit with that thing. So you can really customize and work on a lot of different things. I like it because, like I said, it does give you a little bit of live feedback. If you mess up on your moves, it's going to spring back at you. So that's what I like about it. Douglas says, you deserve a good vacation for only 2 people. You do so much to make Enter Shaolin a great resource. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Doug. I might take you up on the offer. I know Sifu Larry is trying to get me to go on this vacation.
You coming? Ha, ha, ha. You coming? Ha, 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 ha.
I might. Though I looked at the weather and it's supposed to be like
hellfire and brimstone and
more like torrential downpours.
So we're going to go paddling like my Islander. Well, will you stop letting me talk? We talked about not letting me speak, didn't we? We had this clear conversation that I should sit quietly in the corner, and if I should get up and start rambling on, hit me.
This is yes, please make sure you both take the vacation. Well deserved. Sounds like a great time. Yeah, I was looking at the weather, and it's supposed to be.
We're overworked?
We might be.
We might be.
We might be. I think that's why he's losing it over here, talking about 1 paddle, 2 paddle. Yeah, I looked at the weather for where we're supposed to be going in Maryland, and it's like supposed to be, they called it the equivalent of a nor'easter, which I didn't even know what the heck that was until earlier this year when we had a bunch of nor'easters. And it's like the equivalent of that, but with rain. And basically what that means is instead of a lot of snow and winds, it will be a lot of rain and wind. So we're going to probably go and we're going to give it a good college effort. But we might be paddling back home. We'll see what happens.
Although, to be honest, like, we want to take vacations, but we want Enter Shaolin to work for you the way that you want it to work for you. And we have a vision what we want Enter Shaolin to be. And we have affiliates we have to take care of, and we have customers.
Let me talk about the affiliate program.
We have to, and we got to do this, and we got to do that. So you see.
Take a deep breath. Just breathe. Don't hold it though. Let it out slowly. But yeah, so with the affiliate program, so how that works, I'm going to change it to say, instead of saying affiliate, it's going to be ambassador program. And it's going to be something that we only allow members to be a part of, unless we have a channel that's trying to reach out to us on YouTube that wants to work with us and share Enter Shaolin. So something like that, like a collaboration project, we would allow that person to be an ambassador.
Are we talking about making money?
I hope so, because otherwise I'm moving back in with y'all.
I look like a raggedy mess.
It's okay.
Do I ever not look like a raggedy mess?
Every once in a while.
I don't believe you.
No, every once in a while.
I think people start throwing change at me because they're like, "Oh, look at this poor homeless guy," and I'm like, "What? What do you say?" Look, you see what I'm wearing? Check it out. Check out my wardrobe. This is if I am going out to dinner.
I'll say once upon a time, this used to not have a hole, but this is a signature trait of Sifu Larry's clothing. Holes.
I don't know.
You get great mileage out of your clothes.
Sometimes
you know what I mean?
Oh, my clothes, dude. I got a shirt. It's like 17 years old, and it got holes everywhere. And everybody, even my kids, I walk into a room and they're like, "Really, Dad? Really?" Really? I'm gonna start walking around with a cup in my hand and not saying nothing at all.
I guarantee you'll get some change.
I just go ahead.
I think you will. I told him he should go play his flute on the corner of the street, and he'll make lots of money with that way. But yeah, so the ambassador program that we're revamping right now, a couple of cool things that it's going to allow you to do is one, you get a certain commission when you make a sale. So when you refer someone, and they also have it's a lifetime commission. So like, let's say you refer someone and they're not ready to join Inner Shaolin yet. So they just sign up for the intro membership and they get the ebook and the intro course. But then like 6 months down the road, they decide, hey, I really like this stuff. And they decide to join. You would still get a commission on that. We basically believe if you bring someone in, regardless of what they buy and when they buy it, you should get a commission. I think that's fair. So also there's going to be like bonuses. So if you bring in X amount of people in a month, you'll be able to get a higher commission than before. So we'll have different levels that you can make more per sale. And how it works is like, even if you refer someone as a junior member, so that's a monthly membership, you will get a commission from that as long as that person stays a member. So that is income that could grow. And I got to make it income, since we're talking about income, I got to make a disclaimer. There's
a chance you will make nothing.
Promise you
that. Nothing. Zero. So here's why we get so crazy with this. Listen, we have an affiliate program. The idea is that we felt, since we come from a affiliate marketing, internet marketing, network marketing background, that's how we met each other. Every time I stand up, it just I look worse and worse.
Just look in there and talk to the people.
I'm looking into the camera. We found out legally we have to make income disclaimers because people are vicious, and it's like, hey, here's a great opportunity, check it out. And then you start talking about money and like, oh my God, you're trying to scam me. We're not trying to scam nobody. It's nothing. You can join the affiliate program or you don't have to. You can be an ambassador. You don't have to be an ambassador. Yes. You may make tens of millions of dollars. You may make $0 millions of dollars, but it all comes down to you. And what you feel like doing, what you want to do, how ambitious.
We just wanted to give you guys and gals a way to get rewarded if you do decide to sign up.
That was our public service announcement that we had to do so our lawyer don't get mad at us. Okay.
Oh, that was funny. But yeah, so it'll have like tiers. So if you make X amount of sales, and like for those people that made the junior sale, for instance, right? Like let's say you have 10 of those and they stay on with you for the next X amount of months or whatever, and then you make 10 more sales, well, those will count towards your total. So we haven't figured out the levels yet. That's what I'm working on today, but it'll be like, well, I won't say what it'll be like because I don't want to.
Yeah, don't say
mum's the word, but I'll give you all the details soon about that.
Talk about this. So we had an affiliate program.
Yes.
It was an old affiliate company. I think the company's called iDev. They do what they do.
They've been around forever.
There's people that use them all the time. That they function the way they're supposed to. There's one thing about them that if you go online and you search this company out, who puts this software together, is they use IonCube. IonCube is meant to protect their software, so it can't be stolen, it can't be pirated, it can be tracked. The downside to IonCube, which is why the majority of people who create software doesn't use it, is on a regular basis. Those of you who work with computers or works with WordPress may realize that the internet is constantly at influx, and you're playing catch up all the time with new things. Like when I started on the internet, I think I might have, in my brain remember PHP version like 2.4, and now they're at PHP version 7.1, which happened to be our problem. Is the IonCube that we had and that we were using with our other server was on a different PHP than where we are now. And there's just a total disconnect and miscommunication between the service with IonCube.
Even after it was fixed, it still didn't want to play nice.
And so then I did some research, and we're not the only people who had this problem where they're trying, they try to migrate their server to make things better for their customers. Yeah, they make it extremely
difficult and they get
and they make it very hard for us to transfer that stuff. When I say very hard, CJ and myself can't figure out how to make it work. And maybe there is a way to make that work. We don't know it. And we don't really have the extra funds to ask somebody who's a professional. Because, to be honest with you, something like that, just to make that one little switch could end up costing us $2,000-$3,000. Easy.
Yeah.
And that's just, that's just a lot of money. when the affiliate program we finally decided and agreed upon using has way more features for you guys.
That's what I was going to say.
Can make you guys a lot more money.
So there's a couple of things that I like about the new affiliate program. The other one did allow us to do those where you make X amount of sales, you can get a bump up in how much you get for commission. That had that, but where the other one didn't have, that this one has, are three features that I really, really love. One, the ability to, share a blog post when you're logged in as an affiliate and it be tracked to your affiliate link. So if that person goes to that blog post, they think, wow, this is really awesome. And they either sign up to be a member or they sign up for the ebook, then they are coded to you. And like I said, that's for life. So that part I really, really love because it makes it easy for you guys and gals to share content with people. Two, it allows you to have a custom URL slug. So the other one that we had would give you this really long, ugly link that would practically be impossible to remember. So we always recommended people use a URL shortener to create something that they could remember. So if they were just like out in passing, they could, pull it up on someone's phone or share it with them in an email or text or whatever. So it allows you to do custom ones. So like, for instance, I could have, my name, Jamie Peliz, if I want. It does naturally default to your username, whatever you sign up to the affiliate program, but you can actually change it to whatever you want it to be. So it could be like, learn Kung Fu or learn more or whatever it is that you guys and gals want it to be. So I think that part's really cool because it'll make it easier for recall and remembering and sharing. Plus it just looks nicer too, that it's not some crazy long number with all these weird symbols. Another thing that I like about it is it's going to allow us to do affiliate rewards for when you refer another affiliate. So as an extra bonus, if you refer someone that decides to be an affiliate, you'll get a little reward bonus for their sales. So I think that is really cool because then our main goal with this ambassador program is a couple things. One, to be able to reward you for sharing Inner Shaolin as a way of saying thank you, obviously. Two, we also want to help our affiliate members to learn how to market Inner Shaolin, which then they can take that information and apply it to anything. If they have a current business, they can apply all the same stuff that we're teaching to that business, and that'll help them make more money in their business. If they have a product, it'll help them make more money with that product. If they want to be an affiliate of another company that has, a cool affiliate program, they can do that and apply these techniques. So it's also a way for us to help you, not just with potentially making money with Inner Shaolin, but also to potentially make money in other avenues because the skills that we'll be teaching will be universal for marketing. So that's another thing that we're doing. Another thing is we want to help our ambassadors to create training clubs. One, so they can earn a little bit of money, and two, so they can work with different energies and utilize the site as the base curriculum. So for instance, like let's say Rick is on here and Rick is like, hey, I referred, 5 people. I'm going to meet with them once a week and stuff like that. Instead of guessing what he should teach them, he can literally use the No Deck Now 101 course to say, all right, week 1, this is what we're going to cover. All right, so I want you to work on that. And then when we meet back again on Thursday, or whatever day it is, now we're going to cover that and make sure that you got it. So it's a way that you guys can utilize the site for your training partners, also to teach yourself and hold yourself accountable, and also to work with some live energy and also make a commission. And then if that person wanted to eventually do the same thing, and say, hey, I got some people that I want to refer, then you can say, hey, awesome. Why don't you become one of the Inner Shaolin ambassadors? Sign up. It's free, that kind of thing. And then when they have their referral link, then they will make some money, which makes them happy, right? And then you can make a little extra cash for that referral too. So it's just going to be a lot more robust, and it's going to be where it's going to just make it easier for all of you to benefit from sharing Inner Shaolin as a way of saying thank you. So I hope that covers everything for everyone else. Let's see. Rick says, on the net, ES is a trusted site. Yes, we do our best to keep everything good to go and okay. There has been some weird things that have happened because we've been in business for, over 4.5 years. So we've had, crazy stuff going on, but we make sure that our site is secure. We have it where we'll get updated right away if there was ever an attack or anything going on. We have parameters that will close things down and make sure everything's safe. We do have an SSL certificate on all of our stuff. We use PayPal, we use Stripe for our vendors as far as how we take payments. They're both very secure and safe too. So we do our best to make sure everything is good for you guys and gals, because we want you to not have to worry about anything. We want you to be able to come on the site, train, get, some laughs, get some good content, and just, be able to do your thing. Jason says, wow, you guys, this is what I was hoping you would develop. And 2 years ago when I began as an ABBA member, so excited to share. Yeah, so we're excited about it. It is a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. There was a lot of different patching and plugins. So today I have to finish that. I got to finish transferring over our current affiliate members into the system and matching stuff up to that. Like I said, God willing, I will be able to do that within a couple hours versus being here till 11:30 or 12:30 at night tonight. So we'll see what happens, but we'll get that done and situated. We also are working on putting the live chat up. What is cool about this live chat that we're working on is it's going to have a easy to use database. So like if we're not live, they'll be able to look through the FAQ, get a lot of answers, and maybe even have whatever questions taken care of right then and there without having to submit a ticket to us when we're offline, and just give it just another way to help you guys and gals utilize the site better, as well as newcomers to be able to understand how to utilize the site. So we're just trying to make everything more streamlined, easier to use, more user-friendly. And that's always our goal. Like, how can we make the site better for you all? That is always our main objective. How can we make our content better? How can we make the site easier to understand and operate? Which is why we're doing these Q&As where we show you around the site and whatever, because even though we offer an orientation for our new members, not everyone signs up to that. I don't know why. I would, but for some reason, a lot of people, like, maybe they're shy or whatever, or they don't know what to expect, but it's there as a resource to use. So we do our best to give you guys no excuse not to succeed. So if you're not succeeding, give us a call, shoot us an email, sign up for orientation, let us help you, because generally it just might be something that you missed or didn't understand, or maybe you even know you had access to, that we can fix really, really simple with a simple conversation. So we are here for you guys and gals. And that's what our main objective is to just make sure that you get the most out of your training with us. When you come to enter Shaolin, you're not just joining a site where you get a bunch of lessons and that's it. You're literally joining a family that's here for you, where you can engage with other members. That's another thing that we're working on. I'll share that too. Is right now we do have a chat that we use with a company, Slack, that's off of our site. It's pretty cool. It's a little limited to what we would like for it to do, but it does offer the ability for everyone to engage and interact with each other. So we have seen some people find training partners through that. And that was one of our main objectives for that too. And just, people just, encouraging each other and helping each other, which is also what we wanted to do with that. But we're going to be moving it on site, not through Slack, but something integrated with the site that's going to be where you have your own, for lack of a better term, kind of like a Facebook wall for anyone that's on Facebook, but it's not going to be connected to Facebook. It's totally separate. You don't have to worry about us, selling your information to the government or any crazy weird stuff like that. We're not going to be listening into your calls and whatever else that you're doing. You ain't got to worry about none of that crazy stuff, but it's going to be where you can have your own social profile. You'll be able to post about your Kung Fu journey, share videos and different things that you like and stuff like that. You'll still be able to chat with members publicly as well as privately if you want to. And we're just hoping it will help people utilize the site more, one, but two, get the most out of their training, because, maybe you are training alone, completely alone. We do have some members that they don't have anyone around them. Well, wouldn't it be nice to plug into a group of people that have the same objectives in life as you, that are interested in doing Kung Fu and martial arts for the rest of their life? Absolutely. It's going to help encourage you. It's going to help you stay focused and moving forward. So that's one of the changes that we're going to have in the fall. Maybe before that, we'll see how this, the rest of this summer goes. But that is one of the big changes that we're going to have, is just making everything more interactive and easier to use. There will be a forum component, but it'll be called groups. So there'll be different groups about different subjects, kind of like what we have on Slack right now with the chat, where it'll be broken up, like, training partner requests and different things like that. So I think it's going to be very, very cool. I'm excited about it. It's definitely something that I wanted implemented a long time ago. We've tested a lot of different plugins since we began trying to figure out a better way to have our chat or make it more interactive and engaging. And it definitely has been a struggle, but a company called Peepso, Peepso. I looked at them maybe, I want to say a year and a half ago, and they weren't very robust at that time, but they've made a lot of changes since then that are actually a lot of the different elements that we were looking for. So that's who we're going to be partnering for that as well. Rick says they already have your info. Big Brother is watching. Oh, well, yeah. There's nothing I can do about Big Brother watching, but what I'm saying is you don't have to ever worry about Inner Shaolin selling you out. Okay, that's not going to happen. Let's see. Seafood No says you do good work. I love you guys. We love you too. So yeah, we're working hard, Seafood. We're looking forward to getting to see you in August and sharing all the stuff that we're working on behind the scenes.
She's working hard. I'm trying to play some games.
Sad but true. And that's only really because a lot of this stuff, I think you would probably throw your computer out the window.
Here's the deal. If I had to, we talked about this. Could I do Inner Shaolin without CJ Jamie's help? Now, here's the reality. I can put all the binary stuff together. There'd be no customer service because I would just curse at people all the time.
It would be bad.
Nothing would look pretty, right? The graphics would be terrible. And then you would have to look at this face all the time rather than that face all the time. Nobody wants to see this, right? So it would just be a total crappy thing. So it works out just great the way it is. She does a lot. We gotta get more patrons, and we have to have more people sign up so she can keep making more money. So she doesn't, say, I give up and throw it in. Then you're stuck with me, and I won't ever answer any customer service. And you're like, well, then we're not going to join. I'm like, I don't care because I'm terrible. She's sweet and wonderful.
Oh, you guys are cracking me up.
Does that help? Okay.
Seafood says me too. But yeah, so I will go ahead and share a couple more things with the site real quick. We also have a huge sale going on. So before I share more about the site, I just want to let you guys and gals know if you're a current member and you'd like to upgrade, the site is totally for you too. If you're someone that's been sitting on the fence and thinking about joining Inner Shaolin, right now is a great time to join because this will be the last time that we'll be having our founder sale, which is the original prices we opened the door with. And that's because a lot of these changes we're talking about.
Not the last sale we're ever going to have.
No. But the last one for this
founder sale.
This low, awesome, amazing price.
And if CJ keeps having her way, which she tends to have because she has ways like poking you in the eyes.
When did I poke you in the eyes?
Or the neck. I'm sorry, the neck. Poking you in the neck, creating wounds. It's going to be like I think she said $50 million. No, $97 a month.
Right.
Now, look,
but with the sale, you can do it for $27 a month.
$27
less than
a
$1
month,
a day.
To me, as a consumer, is a little bit more attractive than $97 a month. But now, if you have no choice but to get the $97, which is fine, you can choose to come in at $27. You can come in at $97. We'll love you either way, whatever you want to do. It's all good. But if it was me, I'd go for the 20. If it was me, now what am I saying? If it was me, I'd be like, shoot. And I look at my pockets and be like, well, I ain't got no monies, but I might have a credit card. So then I pull out my credit card, right? Bam! And I'd buy an Abbott membership just like that. Boom! I wouldn't even think about it. I just do it.
We'll talk a little bit about what the benefits of that are too real quick. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys and gals again and show you the sale that we're talking about. And in the video on this page, so when you go to it, all the stuff about the different changes that we're making, why we're making them, it's all there. So I won't repeat it so that way you don't have to watch it more than one time and you can go just check it out. So if you go to innershaolin.com/freedom, and make sure you go to innershaolin.com/freedom. If you go to join, this special sale offer is not there. So you're not going to see it. We had someone that joined earlier last week and was like, well, I thought I was going to the sale but apparently I didn't. And I was like, well, did you go to this link? And they're like, no, I just went to the join page. So that's why. So make sure you go to innershaolin.com/freedom. That's FREEDOM. All right. So make sure you watch this video because it really, really goes over everything of what's happening, the changes that we're making, why we're making them. There's going to be an application process in the fall. So if you join now, not only do you have that lifetime savings of whatever you join at, you stay at that rate. We never, ever, 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 ever raise our members rates because we think that's like shady and not cool.
And you're wondering with the application fee if we will turn people down. The answer is yes. We will go, we don't like these answers. This person doesn't get in.
Well, in the video that's on this page, we actually talk about why there's going to be an application process in the future. But if you join now, you get to skip all that stuff and you don't have to worry about that. So I won't bore you with the details on that. But this sale is going to be going on to July 24th, and that's till 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. So the light membership has the No Deck Now 101 course that we talked about earlier today with the 52-week course covering the basics of NDN, Qigong, core training, and China. Again, the basics. I say that. That's why we put it there, the basics of these things, because we had a member sign up last week to this that was like, I thought I was going to get access to all the Qigong. We never say that. It clearly says you're going to learn the basics. If you want all the Qigong or all, Wing Chun or whatever, China, No Deck Na, you're definitely going to want to just do the junior membership or above. I'll talk about that in a moment. So you get your weekly quizzes, you get quarterly critiques. You can do those live with us. We actually just had our first member utilize that earlier this week. That was so much fun. It was really cool because we were able to answer their questions and get to see them and do a live critique. It was really neat. We also have member Q&A webinar, kind of like this, but Tuesday nights are just for members only. And we have member chat, which I talked a little bit about earlier. We have our webinar seminar replays and the weekly updates that everyone gets access to. And that's only $9.97 a month with the sale.
Wait,
less than $10.
What? Dude.
Even when I was almost homeless, I could figure out how to afford that. So,
and I look homeless.
And I actually could afford the junior if I was really being honest with myself by cutting some corners. So anyways, the junior membership offers you the same stuff as the lights. So everything that goes up, and it includes everything from the previous stuff. So I won't repeat that, but you also get access to the training hall, which we showed you a couple videos from, which gives you access to everything that we've covered up to date in our No Deck Na, our Qigong, Tai Chi, core training, China, Wing Chun, ground fighting, and women's self-defense. There's form techniques, applications. There's more solo training, more sensitivity drills, and we are always adding new content to that on a regular basis. That's for $27 a month. Currently, if you go to our join page, it's $57 a month. So that's a really, really huge saving. It's less than $1 a day. So even if you're like, man, I don't know how I can figure that out, cut back on some stuff that you're doing. Almost everyone, I always give them this challenge. I think there's so far not been one person that when I've given them this challenge and they've actually accepted it, that I didn't find a way for them to be able to afford to join Enter Shaolin, because most of us have something that we can give up that's really not a necessity. And people are going to freak out right now. But to me, my Kung Fu training is much more of a necessity than eating out, much more of a necessity than having some cable or Netflix or whatever the case may be. To me, this is something that brings life into me and it's going to help me be better mind, body, and spirit. So I'm willing to cut other extra things out of my life in order to be able to afford to do what I want. So it's really a mindset. We got a lot of people, and I've heard people like, oh, well, I'm on, limited income, but then we've had other people that were limited income that figured out how to join. So what's the difference between those two people? It's just the mindset. How serious are you? That's why we talk about understanding your why. Why do you want to do Kung Fu? Because if you don't understand why you actually want to do it, when times get going tough, money gets a little tight, different things like that, guess what you're going to give up? The very thing that could help you the most, have less stress, have better mentality, more energy, more clarity, and more health. Does that make any sense to do? Absolutely not. So you definitely want to keep the things that help you have a base and a stabilization in your life. So when life throws you some lemons, make some lemonade, okay? If there's a punch, you dodge it and you punch it back in the face. No, but yeah, so that's $27 a month. You get access to everything that we've done up to date. Plus you get the 52-week course that we talked about. And then we have my favorite membership, which is our Abbott membership. And that gives you access to our site for life. That also gives you some Abbott rewards. Like you can do monthly video critiques. You can also do request video training and stuff like that. Actually, I'll see, since Zoom is working now. I'll probably show you guys and gals in a few minutes one of our Abbott requests, so you can check that out. I was trying to show them that yesterday on Facebook, didn't work out so well. So I'll show you guys and gals a little snippet in this, and no one else sees these videos but Abbott. So like, this is a really big deal that I'm going to share this with you. But you can send an Abbott request. Like, maybe you're curious, like, hey, I was on the street and someone came at me like X, Y, and Z, and I was not sure how to deal with it, and I totally like failed. What can I do better next time? And we'll create a video talking about the scenario, how to handle those things. Or it could be something that hasn't happened yet, but you're like, if someone came at me with a baseball bat, what would I do? How would I deal with that? So we have a video in there because someone actually asked that, and you can see that. So you can see your request and all the other Abbott member requests. And it's just a cool little way of saying thank you for being an Abbott and helping support us and, help make Enter Shaolin better. You also get a private Abbott chat, and you also get discounts to the seminars and NODAC Now certifications. That's 15% off of the seminars and 15% off of the certifications. And we're also coming up with some really, really fun ways to reward those that become certified teachers. Steve, Larry, and I yesterday were masterminding about this. I won't share anything about it yet, but I'm super, super excited. Part of it is going to tie into the affiliate program we were just talking about, but I'm super, super excited for our first level 1 certified teachers when they get to that point, which is actually a couple members that we really think are already there. So we're going to be reaching out to them and figuring out how we can go ahead and get them set up and go into that next level and getting their certification. But we're super excited about that because, the reality is we don't just want Enter Shaolin to be just for us or just for the people that come into the site. We really would love, for different people that feel called to teach martial arts, that feel called to teach NODAC Na, to be able to get rewarded for doing so and to be able to help their students grow. And we partner with them. It's kind of, I won't say it's going to be a franchise, but it's kind of similar to that in the fact that we're going to give you training and help, and we're going to help market your business and different things like that. So it's going to be really cool. I can't wait to share more about that soon with all of you. But right now, the Abbott is $997. You can make a one-time payment, or you can break it up into 4 monthly payments at $249.25. So that's one today. And then if, like, say today's the 20th of July, your next payment would be due August the 20th, and so on and so forth until after you've done 4 payments. And currently the price on that is $1,997. So with the new site and the new changes, that is going to go up considerably. We've had a lot of members that have come in, even at the $1997, tell us that we're just giving this stuff away and it's worth so much more. And we already knew that, but we really wanted to help more people to be able to get access to this lifetime stuff. So if you're a member and you want to upgrade, now's a really, really great time to do that. Also, real quick, I had someone ask, let's say I joined as a junior today, and in 6 months, I want to become an Abbott. Is that $997 sale still good for me? Like, does that grandfather me into all these sale prices, even with the upgrade? The answer is no. I don't know any company or business that does that. I also know there was also another question, which was, like, let's say I've been a junior member for a year. Does that money apply, like a discount, to my Abbott membership?
Hang on a second.
No.
Yeah. Listen. So the Abbott members, I would agree with this statement. Mm-hmm. Here's the reality, and here's the thing. That Abbott membership is certainly, definitely, at some point in the near future, more near than far, it's going to go up to $5,000. That's a chunk of change. Mm-hmm. It's not a chunk of change right now. Now it's like a ouch. Then it's going to be like a boing, and for some people that might be out of their reach forever. So take advantage of what we're basically giving away.
Yeah. Yeah. So I when I talked to that member, I said that would be like the equivalent of you going to, say, Best Buy, right? And you buy a TV, 6 months later, the new version of that TV comes out, and you bring back the old TV and say, hey, I paid $500 for this. Can you here's the TV back. Can you deduct that for this next TV? So I only pay $200 or $300. There's no business on the face of the planet that could survive on that model. And we sadly are also the same way. In a perfect world, where everything's just flowing and fabulous, that would be awesome if we could do that. But unfortunately, it just doesn't make sense. It would not be a sustainable business model, and we would have to close our doors, which we don't want to do. We're just still in our startup phase, and we plan on being here for a very, very, very long time. This is not just a hobby for us. This is what we do full-time, Seafood Larry and myself, and this is a legacy that we're passing on to our children. My daughter's already talking about how she wants to come and work at Shaolin and the different stuff that she wants to do, and she's 11 and a half. So it's definitely something that is our passion and our livelihood. So we're really happy to be able to share this with you. It's something that I wanted to see back in 2009. It didn't come to fruition to 2014, but it was worth the wait. It was worth all that time where I didn't know if it was going to happen or not happen. And I'm just so grateful that we're able to share this awesome content with you, because I know that it is life-changing. These principles you can apply to anything. It doesn't have to be Wing Chun. It doesn't have to be this and the other. But I will say that if you are open-minded to following what we share with you, it's just going to make whatever you do 10 times better. So if you are interested in joining and you're kind of like, well, what if I don't like it? No worries. We have a 14-day money back guarantee. So come check it out. Look at it. Like I said, these prices will be good until July 24th. So make sure to take advantage of it while you can. This is good for members that want to upgrade as well as new members. And if you're a member and you want to buy a membership for someone, you can do that too, which I'll cover in a moment.
Something that CJ here, we talked about. So we had a few seminars back to back. So we had a No Dak Na seminar, then we had a Tai Chi seminar, and we were talking, well, what do we do? What's the next seminar?
Yes.
What is it going to be about? It's going to be focused on the No Dak Na certification, and what that means is everybody. If you're going to train, it's like going through that process. Everybody should go through it, but we're going to focus on all the different skill sets that we definitely want level 1 certified instructors to know.
Yes.
So. That's that.
Yeah, I'm excited. So we are working on our next seminar.
We don't know when. I'm going to get.
I'm thinking it's going to be in November.
Like November. Yeah. It's looking like the way that all the scheduling is for everything else. It's going to probably fall around November. We don't have any details up yet for that. At some point,
that's what we're working on right now too.
We'll look into that. We think everybody should attend. But
that can. Yeah.
Hey.
Yep. Hey. Absolutely. Especially if you're looking to get certified, because it's definitely going to help you to really bridge together everything that we've been talking about. And for those of you wondering, like, what are some of the things I should be working on if I want to get certified? We actually wrote a post about that recently.
Right. You want to work on deflections. You want to work on parries. You want to work on your Sil and Tao. You want to work on some of your kicks. You want
first third of Tai Chi.
First third of Tai Chi. You want to work on Qigong. And then there's some other cool stuff that you're going to want to work on, but like CJ said,
those are the basis. And you want to have gone through the No Dak Na 101 course.
Yeah, you want to go through that course, right? Like it's No Dak Na 101. But anyways,
it's a good primer to everything that we'll be talking about.
Now we're going to talk about more fun things like lunch.
Oh, you're hungry again? He's hungry again. All right, let me just double check a couple things, and then I want to share with you guys and gals. It doesn't look like we have any questions. Let's see. Doug says, must go for now. Seafood. Larry, add me on Messenger.
Well, actually, you know what? That could say something else, but.
Well, I think he meant Seafood. I'm pretty sure that was a typo.
I know.
Knowing Rick, it was probably a typo. Jason says, these fees are amazing. Over my 28 years of martial arts study, I've invested well over $100,000 in training costs.
That's what I tell people all the time.
Oh my God. Look. So he says worth every cent.
Like, oh my God, it's all about the money. You don't know how much.
Okay. So he says worth every cent. This Avid membership was the most valuable investment within those 28 years. Thank you, brother. Thank you for sharing that. And when we first were putting together Shaolin and we were figuring out the pricing, we knew eventually it was going to be $97 a month for the junior membership, and eventually would be around $5,000 for the Abbott membership. But we've been scaling it as we've been growing, so we can make sure we pay our bills, feed our families, all that good stuff, and B, make sure that we're stable and can grow and help you guys and gals too. But we figured out that Seafood Larry, over his course of training just with Sifu Fu, has spent at least $125,000. And the crazy part about that is he's still, spending money because he's still training, right? But so that number is still going to keep increasing over time. So the Added membership is like not even 10% of that. You know what I mean? So it really is a no-brainer because you get access to all this great content that's currently there, as well as all the content that's being added there. It really is insane. We are practically giving it away for free when you think about that. And the reality is, as Sifu Larry has been finding out, is some of the stuff that we've been covering inside the site, he didn't even get to learn for that $125,000 plus dollars. So you're getting an insane advantage and deal with that. So if you haven't joined yet, or if you want to upgrade, go to entershaolin.com/freedom. If you're a member, make sure you use the same login information so it will keep all your stuff so you won't lose your progress in the Indian 101 course or anything else that you've already completed. Cyrus says, really impressed with all that you guys are doing and great content. Thank you, Cyrus. Cyrus is actually one of our most recent members that she just joined recently with the sale, and she's an Abbott member. So thank you for being part of our team, and we're looking forward to working with her and just hearing what she does. She does have a background in Qigong and Tai Chi, and she also is an acupuncturist. So it's gonna be really neat collaborating with her and sharing with her. And that's another thing with this new change that we're making to this site. It's gonna allow you guys and gals to share your Kung Fu journey and to be able to monetize on that if you are an ambassador, because you're going to be able to share that with your affiliate link. And if you're into different health and wellness and acupuncture and different things like that, you can really share a lot about what you do and maybe even get business to your current business if you're into the health and wellness industry or something of that nature. So we have a lot of cool things planned. I won't go too much into that. Also, if you are a member and you want to ever buy one of these memberships for a loved one, a friend, whatever, we want to gift one to them, all you have to do is make sure that you're logged in. When you go to this, the checkout page, so go to entershaolin.com/freedom, choose the membership that you want to gift. And then at the checkout, before you submit the payment, there's a little box that says, is this a gift? Click that. And then once the payment is submitted, you'll also get a link that will pop up right after the payment is processed to give that person. They sign up to the membership, boom, now they have access to it because you gave them an awesome gift. And I personally think that would be the most awesome gift that I would ever have received. So I would love that personally if that was me. So if you know someone, maybe you want to get them into training with you, but you know, like they can't afford it or whatever the case may be, or you're just really, really generous and awesome, you can do that too. So that is something, but you have to be logged in to be able to do that. So let me just double check and make sure we don't have anything else going on here. Over at YouTube, looks like we are good to go. Daniel had to say, gotta go, but keep up the good work. Thank you, Danielle, appreciate it. So I'm going to share one more thing before we head out, and that is Patreon. We've had a lot of people asking about what the heck is that. I did share a little bit earlier that it's a snippet into what we do, but I'm going to share a quick little video. Mainly it's, to give you a little entertainment, help you guys laugh, but also to see what it's all about. So let me pull that up and then we will share that. I think I actually have it on the last blog post. So I'm going to just go over there and share that with you guys and gals and let you see what that's like. Now with this, it's really like so simple. It's $5 a month. You can sign up to this, and it gives you access to things that you won't find anywhere else. Again, this is just one of the many ways that we're looking to provide value to the martial arts community, as well as to be able to help fund Inner Shaolin and the growth of it and the different things that we want to do, like get DVDs out to you. I will say real quick, because I know a lot of people are waiting on DVDs. If you are hoping that you will be able to have everything that we have inside the site on DVD, couple things. One, that's not going to happen. But even if it did, two, it would cost way more than the Abbott membership, because that would be a lot of DVDs because there's that much content already on the site, let alone what's going to be there. Two, Sifu Fu and Sifu Larry and myself have talked about this. The main things we will put on DVD are beginner and intermediate things. The advanced techniques we're going to keep for Inner Shaolin members only. So that's another added benefit to being a member, is you get access to the advanced stuff where someone just buying DVDs is not going to have access to that. Another thing is you don't get the community, you don't get the one-on-one help, you don't get where you can ask questions underneath each lesson with the DVD. I do think DVDs have their benefit. Like if you're traveling, you know that you're going to be in an area that doesn't have, a good internet or whatever. It definitely is a great fail-safe for that. But it will not give you everything that you would get as a member, and it would cost you a heck of a lot more, even if it did. So that being said, it really is a no-brainer, especially if you're serious and you want to be able to get help when you need help. which to me, I think that is one of the awesome benefits of what we do. We've looked at a lot of different online memberships before we created Inner Shaolin, as well as afterwards, just to see, because there's always new stuff popping up. And one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure that even though you may be training solo by yourself at home, you don't have to ever feel like you're alone or that you can't get help. We do our best to make ourselves beyond available to our members. So, and that's, you know, like I said, we got the chat, we've got where you comment under the lessons when you need help. You have these Q&As where we answer questions and stuff like that. We have one that's going to be specifically just for members only on Tuesday nights, so we can help just members and concentrate on them, helping them out. So we have a lot of things currently in place. We have a phone number. You can reach us at 1-844-9-KUNG-FU. You can email us at support@innershaolin.com at any point in time too. We have, you know, a contact page right here. So we do our best to make it just ridiculously simple to get help. But I will say this, if you don't reach out to us, we won't know you need help. So then that should be obvious, but there has been times where people have, you know, went to cancel, and then long story short, it was a simple miscommunication. If they just would have reached out for help, we could have fixed the problem really fast for them and had them back into training in no time. So if there's any problems, you know, and you can't figure it out for yourself, we are here for you. Please utilize us as your resource so we can help you go with your martial arts. Now I'm going to share this awesome video with you guys and gals. So let me pull that up real quick here, and we will go ahead and go live with that. So let me share the screen, and there we go. So we got the audio set. All right.
Boom, right here. That's smart. Boom. Come on. Come on.
I'm not as fast as you and Alice Turner.
If a person throws a punch at me, if you're playing a sparring technique, anytime a person brings his hand, you're not just going to bring it up just to play, to block or defense. You're going to play, you're going to play punch, and everything you do, you have to learn to create counter-striking techniques. This guy got you with a headlock, okay? Get like this. Get to the face along here. Finger go here. I want to push into the center. I want to squeeze my palm towards the cheek. Squeeze the fingers towards the palm. And he's going to come quick. Now, no, that's going backwards. This is up forward. This is backwards. That's bad. So if I do this and I do this, that's bad on me. Do push into me. You see, you can't. I want to turn to point, not turn away from point. That's it. See? And you don't have to worry about it.
Now I know.
It's your wrist control that you have to have. When we push hands. More than that, it says it's your shoulder swing. Attack me. Everything's small. See, everything's small. If you're like this, that's too big. It's overextension. You understand?
Yeah.
You want to keep everything tight and framed. So it's boom, small, tap, boom. So everything is small. Everything here is small. So you can just small. Oh, sorry. But you see, boom, 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 boom.
Back.
Perhaps I'm over here, right? She punches me, punch, and I want to hit her down here. See?
Okay.
Oh, did I? Look, now here's the reality. The reality is.
Didn't work too well.
Did you hit me?
I think you are hitting me.
How did you attack me?
But it wasn't a good hit, so it really didn't matter. It was totally
so-
good. All right, so I'll move here.
So the wood, like she's feeling this hit. I know it's hard to believe. I'm not even trying to hit her hard. It's a hard hit because I'm sinking it into her body. So in my hand, look at it. It's open. I'm gonna use the back of my hand.
Hold on. I just want you to let you guys know how much I love you all to be doing this and on film. That's all.
It's open. Open.
Oh,
See, it's open.
man, that didn't feel good, y'all.
No, is it working?
Oh,
It
yep,
is
I
working.
see
It's
it
working. It's working. It's working. It's working.
Hey, this is CJ Jamie, Seafood Larry here, and all those clips you just saw are for our patrons on Patreon, and it's just a little extra way of us to say thank you to everyone that helps support Inner Shaolin and Inner Tai Chi to grow. So if you want to get access to all that content, plus more exclusive content on a regular basis, for as little as a $5 donation, you can get access to all that and then some. So go to innershaolin.com/Patreon. The link's right there for y'all, okay? Enjoy. We'll see you on the inside. Peace.
All right, so that's Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Inner Shaolin, which will take you to this lovely page where you can choose whatever tier you want. We got some different benefits. and whatnot, depending on the level. So you can read that all there. If you just go to the main page right here, which is patreon.com/Shaolin, but you can also go to entershaolin.com/Patreon. It will all take you to this lovely page, but you can see what our goal is currently is to get to $5,000 per month. And that is to help us finish upgrading our equipment and filming studio, and also give us the extra funds to create more entertaining and educational martial arts training videos in different scenarios and different locations, and to also be able to do DVDs. So that's what that's all about. We got lots of cool stuff in here. I believe another video is coming out today as well. So there's lots of goodies already here for you, but you can also get access to that and know that you're going to always be getting some new training to give you some different stuff. Let's see here. Yes, I'll talk about that in a second. So let's see here. So Jason says, have you considered building a children's course? Yes, yes, yes. That actually has been on our mind since the beginning. It's, again, just a matter of being able to fit everything in. I want to mainly target the homeschooling niche, but obviously anyone with kids could do it, because for those that are homeschooling, they need to have, different things to help with their extracurricular, but it's going to be for any kids whatsoever. It's something that we are going to be working on hopefully soon, because I think it's definitely something that is needed. Obviously, if you are a parent and you're a part of Enter Shaolin, you can already get access and utilize stuff and train with your kids, but it would be awesome to have stuff that's very, very specific to children itself, to be able to help them feel good about it. Sifu, I see that you raised your hand. Did you want me to bring you live? Let me know real quick before I wrap this up. But yeah, that is something that we do want to do. I'm hoping, God willing, that we will be able to get that started and launched before the school year starts, because that would be fabulous. And mainly because, the kids are home from school and whatnot, and it would be really easy and simple to be able to get them together to do the filming. And so we are working on a curriculum for the kids. Basically, we would want to concentrate on Qigong would definitely be a part of it, especially the 10 basic exercises. There would be core training in it, and also basic self-defense, and also most likely a module on bullying, cyberbullying, as well as bullying in the flesh, because that is two really, really big things that this generation growing up is experiencing, as a lot of bullying in different ways. So there'll be a lot of stuff on mindset and working on helping that kid to be their best self. So A, if they do get bullied, they can just brush it off, and B, they're not someone that's going to end up bullying someone else. So that's going to be some of the stuff that we concentrate on. So that is definitely in the works. And if you have any suggestions, members that have kids, of some stuff that you would like to see, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. So feel free to email about it. Maybe I will actually share a little bit about this in our weekly update. Let me write this down. Let's see here. Kids course. So that way I don't forget to write about it and see what you guys and gals think about it. And you can, let me know on the blog post what your thoughts are. And speaking of commenting on blog posts, we would really love to see more engagement. We have over 400 members, 400 of our light to Abbott members. And then we have, I think, 1,000 intro members, maybe a little bit more than that. And we would love to hear from more of you on a regular basis, even if it's a simple, like, hey, I really love this post, or, this is what I really liked about this week's update, or just letting us know how your training is going. Stay engaged. It's there to say, A, we know how to help you and know how you're doing, but B, so it holds you accountable to actually pay attention to the weekly updates. So please start, flooding us with those comments, letting us know you're paying attention and engaged, so we can, answer back and see how you're doing. So that's what that's for. Bob says, I'm working on seated Qigong and we'll be sending it to you soon. Yay. I'm so excited about that. So Bob, for those of you that do not know, he has a lot of back problems. So he's been working on doing a lot more seated Qigong. So I think that's also something I would like us to film more of, because I know for a lot of people, sometimes it's self-explanatory, right? You sit down and you do the movements, but being able to physically see someone showing you how to do that while you're in a seated position, for a lot of people, really helps connect the dots and leaves all that guessing out the door. So I would love for us when Sifu Fu gets back to do a seated Qigong. So that way that can help any of our members that for whatever reason, you know, if they're in a wheelchair or they have bad back problems and they need to sit down more often, that kind of stuff, that you can still be utilizing that on a regular basis. So Jason says, I want to help you double your numbers by this time next year. Oh, God bless you. Thank you so much, Jason. We would absolutely love that. Because that would really help us to be able to do a lot more stuff, obviously. So we're going to be working with all of our people, and I'm super excited to get this ambassador program rolling and out the door and start doing the webinars so we can teach and share with you all more. Again, we're not just, you know, a site where you come and you get some training and you leave. This is all about helping you guys to be better mind, body, and spirit. And hopefully in the course of that, to also be more financially abundant. So, you know, we like to reward our people because we know that when we give back to you, you know, it's just a full circle. Everyone, you know, when you give to another person, you get back, and we all are here. Like, you can't build a village by yourself. You know what I mean? We all have to work together as a community to be more and to help each other grow. So the more hands on deck, the better. So thank you for all of you who are already a member. And for those of you that are in the process of becoming a member, we really appreciate you. We love you. And we hope that you're enjoying these different formats while Sifu's away and stuff, getting to see a little bit more inside of Inner Shaolin, seeing different videos and stuff like that. We're super excited to be doing these. And as of right now, there will not be any of these next week. I know Sifu Larry is definitely going on vacation. I may or may not be.
Stop your going. Just shut it. God.
I got to play it by ear.
You're not working.
You want to know why?
My
Inner Shaolin peeps are important to me.
Off. OFF.
There will be no power here.
No power.
No power in the office.
No power.
Bob says, my reward is knowing I will help others. That is what the Bible teaches. Absolutely. When you help other people, it's just a blessing. You know, you get to see other people be happy and healthy. And it just, that part in itself is amazing. The rewards that come with that are just an added bonus to me. So absolutely. We love you all. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Later on today, you'll get the weekly updates. So you'll get to see this replay if you didn't get a chance to catch it all. You'll also get all the new training that's available to you and a bunch of other goodies. So we'll see you later. Have a great day. And I got to go before Sifu Larry bites his arm off. He's a little hungry. He's getting a little hangry. I better go. All right. Bye, everyone.